In 1985, Mattel released Modulok, the evil beast with 1,000 bodies. This new member of the evil Horde stands out from many of the figures throughout the original Masters of the Universe toy line simply because it featured interchangeable parts. The entire idea behind this character was that you can mix and match all of the limbs, the bodies, the heads to create your very own evil beast.
How can you alone defeat He-Man? Because, Hordak, I am
Modulok.
an evil horde all by myself with 1,000 battling bodies.
Modulok.
Now that you're all together, Modulok, I'm gonna take you apart.
Modulok with 22 changeable parts, each from the evil Horde and Masters of the Universe. Other figures each sold separately from Mattel.
Mattel followed this up just 1 year later by releasing Multi-Bot, another figure who, just like Modulok, had a totally modular body, but this time as a robot. You could still mix and match all of the parts to create your very own robotic creature. But the thing that was even cooler was that if you had both Modulok and Multi-Bot, you can now intermingle those pieces, mixing and matching parts from both of these characters to create your very own weird creation. And that brings us to the topic of discussion today, because many of you might have seen a little poster by the amazing artist William George called The Battle for Eternia. This poster features some amazing artwork and shows off many of the action figures that were featured in that original Masters of the Universe toy line. But you might have noticed that there is one character that appears to be a mix of parts between Modulok and Multi-Bot with an official name of Megabeast. So Megabeast has sort of become this official character in the Masters of the Universe world. It's what happens when you mix Modulok and Multi-Bot together. But is there an official way to build this Megabeast? Well, there have been a few different images of these two characters mixed together, but this particular poster right here seems to be the one that calls him the Megabeast. So I wanted to find a way to mix and match all of those parts to create exactly what we can see right here on this poster. So what I found is that in order to build the Megabeast, we need to have multiples of both Multi-Bot and Modulok. In fact, I found that I needed to have 2 Multi-Bots and 2 Moduloks in order to mix and match the parts to recreate exactly what is seen on this poster. One of the problems that I ran into here, of course, is that this artwork is in 2 dimensions. While it looks pretty obvious that William George probably looked at the action figure actually mashed together like this for inspiration for the artwork, there's still some liberties taken when trying to make this look like a character on the poster. And with it being in 2 dimensions, some of those parts squeeze together a little bit more than they would on the actual figure. But I was able to merge together all of the pieces between those 2 different Moduloks and 2 different Multi-Bots to create this right here. So this is what the actual Megabeast looks like in action figure form. I want to put that up side by side with the artwork from the poster, just so you can see that I was able to match it together basically exactly the way I saw it on the poster there. One of the only spots I had a problem with on this is if you look at the 2 Modulok arms that are sticking off of the front of the body there in the front of the image, you can see it's got the little 2 clawed hand, but then above that, it's also got what looks to be a closed fist hand with a purple gauntlet. And the issue is, that arm doesn't actually exist. That is not an arm that comes with the Modulok figure. But aside from that one little thing and the fact that it looks a little bit bigger or a little more wonkier when you see it in 3D form, this right here is what I consider to be the official Megabeast as he appears on the Battle for Eternia poster. Now this is where things get interesting, because I mentioned that there are a few different places where you can see Modulok and Multi-Bot combined to create a bigger, larger monster. And one of those places is right on the back of the packaging of Multi-Bot. On the back of that box, you'll see artwork depicting a massive monster, which mixes together several pieces from both Modulok and Multi-Bot. But it's really interesting because they don't refer to this as Megabeast, as he was referred to on the William George poster, but instead, they refer to him as Mega Monster. In fact, it specifically says you can build a Mega Monster, and Mega Monster is lowercase, but it's hyphenated, so I'm just gonna say that this particular version right here is officially called Mega Monster. So how do we build Mega Monster? Well, basically I just did the same thing. I looked at the artwork and tried to match up the pieces the best I could, and I ran into the same thing I did with the poster, where when you have a 2D illustration, sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly how those pieces fit together in a 3D environment to make them look the way they do in the picture. But I found out that I ended up needing 3 Moduloks and 3 Multi-Bots in order to get this thing put together. Well, until I got towards the end. Because as I was almost finished building this thing, I realized that there was a 4th Modulok torso here. You see, Modulok only comes with 1 torso in the box. That means I needed a 4th Modulok figure just for that 1 extra torso to complete the build of Mega Monster. Talk about frustrating. You didn't need an entire 4th figure, you just needed the torso from that 4th figure. So if you're taking tally, you gotta have 4 Moduloks and 3 Multi-Bots to put this together. But from that 4th Modulok, you only need that 1 torso. Super frustrating. And I can't imagine how maddening that must have been to parents back in the day when their kids are showing them this picture saying, I want to build this. How do we make that happen? Well, you have to go out and buy all these extra figures. That's how, parents. Mattel knew what they were doing. So there he is. This is Mega Monster, as he's called on the back of the Multi-Bot packaging. And it's so dumb looking, but somehow that makes it so awesome at the same time. So Megabeast, Mega Monster, whatever you call them, it's pretty cool to see these 2 figures mixed together to create an entirely new character. And just using references from those various pieces of artwork, it looks like we can do that if we're willing to pick up multiples of those figures.
The Toys of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is available for pre-order now. This official guidebook is published by Dark Horse Books and features over 750 pages of photos and information on your favorite He-Man and She-Ra action figures. And don't miss out on the exclusive bundle pack available for pre-order now from PowerCon. This bundle includes the official guide as well as an exclusive character guide supplement that you won't be able to buy anywhere else. Don't miss out. You have the power.